Whether you could be fired for refusing to report to work during the COVID-19 pandemic may be a tricky question that will depend on the facts and circumstances of your specific situation. If you find yourself in that position, the best thing you can do is speak with an experienced employment attorney who can offer you guidance based on the particular facts and circumstances of your situation. However, I can offer some general guidance based on whether or not you are working in a non-essential or an essential industry during this tricky time. Now, for employees working in non-essential industries, if you are nevertheless able to telework and can work that out with your employer, the default rule is that you have to report to work under whatever teleworking agreement you and your employer have. However, in the unlikely scenario that your employer is forcing you to report to work in person despite a stay-at-home order from a state or local government, then your employer could probably not fire you for refusing to report to work, because making you violate that stay-at-home order would actually be a misdemeanor offense. In a more complicated case, if you're able to telework working in a non-essential industry, but your ability to work has been impacted because of COVID-19, perhaps you've contracted the disease, or you've been forced to quarantine because of the disease, being suspected, or maybe you're caring for someone who's in one of those situations, then the Families First Coronavirus Response Act may actually protect your ability to refuse to report to work, and your employer would have to accommodate you in those situations. The situation is different for employees working in essential industries. Generally speaking, because those industries are remaining open during these statewide and community-wide shutdowns, employees can be forced to work during those times. However, state, federal, and local regulatory regimes require employers to provide safe working environments for their employees. And based on the particular facts and circumstances, if your employer is forcing you to work in a way that might increase your exposure to COVID-19, you might be able to refuse to work safely in those situations. However, these are very complicated questions, and other circumstances that I haven't really talked about might arise. If you are wondering if you can safely refuse to report to work, again, the best thing you can do is consult with an experienced attorney who can talk to you about the facts and circumstances of what's going on for you and advise you on what the law might be in terms of protecting your job and your right to protect yourself from COVID-19.